Yo, what's going on everyone? In today's video, I will be showing you the top 10 fastest HSW vehicles in GTA 5 Online. And the way this top 10 list will work is we will start with the slowest vehicles, working our way up to the number 1 spot, which is of course the fastest car in the entire game. That being said, if you go on to enjoy, please don't forget to go down below and drop a like on the video for me. But now let's get into spot number 10. Alright, so coming in spot number 10, we have the Bravado Banshee, which is based off the Dodge Viper in real life, which looks really similar to the GTA 5 version. To purchase this car for yourself, it's going to be over on the Legendary Motorsport website for $105,000, which seems pretty cheap, but trust me, you are definitely not done spending money there. Since all of the vehicles on this list will be needing the HSW upgrades on them, which adds a huge amount of money on top. Which for this specific vehicle, the Bravado Banshee, the HSW conversion cost is $1.8 million. So in total, to purchase this car and also throw the HSW conversion cost alone will cost you $1.9 million. And keep in mind, that's not even including any of the cosmetic upgrades. But getting into the most important part about this car, and that is the top speed, which is 152.7 miles per hour, which is insanely fast for a car that looks like this. Don't get me wrong, I mean the car looks really cool and all, especially if you put the right cosmetic upgrades, but it definitely doesn't look like any of the other cars on this list, which look like complete supercars. Which some people might like that, since it does look like a sleeper car build that most people wouldn't think would smoke them in a race. Aside from that though, this car is not that bad. It doesn't have the best handling and also the best acceleration, but it does have that high top speed, and once you are going that high top speed, the handling is not too bad. But as far as like getting around the map of Los Santos very quickly and efficiently in a car, this definitely wouldn't be the best option. Nonetheless, it is still the number 10 fastest car in GTA 5 Online as far as the HSW upgrade vehicles are concerned, which makes it a car I would recommend definitely owning in your collection. Alright, but now getting into spot number 9, we have the Vapid FMJ Mark V, which is one of the relatively new cars in GTA 5 Online, and in real life this car is based off of the Ford GT Mark IV. It's also the most expensive on this list, but from here on out I will just be including the HSW conversion cost and the vehicle cost in one, but to purchase this car and throw that HSW conversion upgrade on it will cost you $4.7 million, which I know is super expensive. Especially for only being the number 9 fastest car in GTA 5 Online, you would think for this price it would be the number 1 fastest car. But I mean, just taking a look at the vehicle itself can give you the reasoning on why this car is just so expensive. It looks absolutely amazing, being one of the better looking supercars in the game. At least in my opinion, and as far as the performance goes with this vehicle, it's also pretty good all around with pretty good handling, a fast acceleration, and of course that high top speed, which get this, is over 155.7 miles per hour as a top speed in the Vapid FMJ Mark V, which I know is very fast, but the only downside to this vehicle in my opinion is of course that high price tag. Getting into spot number 8 though, we have the Benefactor Sterling GT, which in real life this car is based off of the Mercedes-Benz 300 SL. And as you can tell, they basically made the GTA 5 Sterling GT look exactly similar to its real life version. Anyway, out of all of the 10 vehicles on this list, this one is definitely the cheapest, coming in at a total price of $1.8 million, of course including the HSW upgrade and the car cost. Not including any cosmetic upgrades, but just taking a look at how mine looks with cosmetic upgrades, the Sterling GT can definitely be a great looking vehicle with the right customizations. And also definitely another sleeper car build, since just off looks you wouldn't think this car is that fast or also that great at its handling or performance, but it actually has some pretty good performance and of course a pretty high top speed. Which, get this, in the Sterling GT, the high top speed you can hit is 156.2 miles per hour, which is insanely fast for a vehicle that looks like this, an old school looking muscle car. Definitely one of my favorite cars to be driving around in GTA 5 Online, because it is just quite fun to be handling and driving around, and it also sounds pretty cool with its exhaust notes. But now getting into spot number 7, we have the Karen S95, which in real life this car is based off the Toyota GR86 or the Subaru BRZ. They both look pretty similar to the GTA 5 version. Anyway, to buy this car and also throw those HSW conversion upgrades on it will cost you a total of $2.4 million. Which honestly, out of all of the vehicles on this list, I would say this price tag is the most worth it since it is one of the most reliable HSW vehicles in my opinion. My reasoning for this is because $2.4 million for this specific vehicle is actually not that bad and a great deal since it has basically all of the same capabilities that all of the more expensive HSW vehicles have in my opinion. And I'm not lying at all when I say this because the Karin S95 is literally one of my more favorite vehicles in GTA 5 Online when it comes to completing the HSW time trials, which is the most important part about owning these vehicles and also the part that will get you your money back on these cars. Because during those time trials, you need cars that have great handling and amazing acceleration and also a pretty high top speed. That way you're able to beat those time trials in no time whatsoever. Which I'm able to do every single time in this Karin S95 because of the reasons I just mentioned. And also get this, the high top speed that this car has is 156.5 miles per hour, which is insanely fast. So yeah, if you don't own the Karin S95 already, this is a car everyone should honestly own in GTA 5 Online at some point. Alright, now getting into spot number 6, we have the Shitsu Hakuchu drag bike, which in real life, this car is based off of the Suzuki GSX 1300R Hayabusa bike. And as you could tell, I tried to find a bike that was pretty similar to mine's color, but it was pretty hard. Either way, it looks really similar to how it looks like in GTA 5 Online. And I know this is a motorcycle, but it is the only one on this list. I just wanted to include it on this top 10 fastest vehicles list in GTA 5 Online since it is just such a beast and also of course the fastest bike in the entire game. I almost forgot to mention this also, but if you want to purchase this bike for yourself, it's over on the Legendary Motorsport website for $2.4 million. That is of course including the bike cost and also the HSW conversion costs. Like, it's so fast it even competes with all of these cars on this list, which is pretty insane. Of course, this bike does have amazing handling, a really high acceleration, and also a pretty high top speed. Which, get this, if you were to hit that high top speed on this Hakuchu drag bike, that is going to be 157.5 miles per hour, which is insanely fast for a motorcycle. It's also a motorcycle that I always recommend using during the time trials in GTA 5 Online, either the regular time trial or also the HSW time trial. It's completely up to you, just know whichever one you decide to do it with, you'll basically beat it every time in this bike. That's why if you don't own it already, I would definitely recommend owning it since it is a motorcycle that everyone needs to own at some point in the game. Okay, getting into spot number 5 though, we have the Vagero ZX, and this car in real life is based off of the Chevy ZL1, which I'm pretty sure all of you could have guessed by just looking at how it looks like in GTA 5 Online. Because just looking at the picture, it looks like Rockstar pretty much copy and pasted the ZL1 into GTA 5 Online, looking pretty much exactly how it does in real life in the game. But to purchase this car and also throw those HSW upgrades on it is going to cost you a total of $2.8 million, which is actually not that expensive compared to the other vehicles above this one. And I know, as you can see, I am currently in the convertible version since there is a hardtop version and a convertible version. And if you don't know, the convertible version is actually 0.5 miles per hour faster, so not that much big of a difference. Anyway, when it comes to the actual performance of this vehicle, I'd say it's pretty decent, nothing too crazy because the handling is not the best, especially when you are going super fast, because if you are going too fast and you take too sharp of a turn, you will definitely slip out and lose control. Aside from that though, this car is really good, having pretty good performance with a high acceleration and of course that high top speed, which, get this, is over 158 miles per hour if you were to hit that high top speed on a long distance road. Which I know is very fast, and just on top of that, this car looks really amazing aside from it being extremely fast. But getting into spot number 4, we have the Ubermacht Niobe, which in real life, just off the looks, I'm pretty sure you could have guessed it, is based off the BMW i8, which as you can tell looks extremely similar to how it looks like in GTA 5 Online. Anyway, to purchase this car for yourself on the Legendary Motorsport website and also throw the HSW conversion costs on it will cost you a total of $3.6 million, which I know is pretty expensive. But just know this, it is definitely worth every penny since in my opinion, the Niobe is one of my favorite HSW vehicles in the entire game, even if it's not the fastest. Because out of all of the vehicles on this list, I'd say the Niobe has the best performance with literally super amazing handling, feeling like it will never slip out, and also a high acceleration with also an amazing high top speed. Which, get this, the high top speed on this Ubermacht Niobe is 159.5 miles per hour, which I know is extremely fast. Which, because of that high top speed and also all of the performance capabilities I just explained, is why the Ubermacht Niobe is one of my favorite HSW vehicles in the entire game of GTA 5 Online, especially to use during HSW time trials. Getting into spot number 3 now, we have the Declasse Tampa GT, which just off looks you wouldn't think is a fast vehicle, but let me tell you, it definitely is a super fast car. Anyway, this car in GTA 5 Online in real life is based off of the 1967 Plymouth Belvedere GTX, which as you can see in real life looks very similar to how it looks like in GTA 5 Online. Anyway, to buy this car for yourself and also throw on all of those HSW upgrades on it is going to cost you $2.7 million, which just off looking at this old school muscle car, you definitely wouldn't think it's that expensive. Either way, if you were to purchase this car, it's definitely going to be worth it even though it's an old school looking muscle car, since it has amazing performance with its really fast acceleration, its pretty decent handling, and of course its very high top speed. Which once again, off looks you wouldn't think this old school muscle car is fast at all, but let me tell you, it definitely is with its super high top speed of, get this, 166 miles per hour. Which I know is an insanely high top speed, but keep in mind, in order to hit that high top speed, you will need a pretty long runway. So I wouldn't say this car is good when it comes to racing short distance, but whenever it comes to racing someone long distance, this is definitely going to be one of your best bets, since it is the third fastest car in the entire game when it comes to top speed. Anyway, getting into spot number 2 now, we have the Grotti Stinger GT, which in real life, this car is based off of the Ferrari Roma, which looks very similar to how it looks like in GTA 5 Online, of course. But to purchase this car for yourself, it's located over on the Legendary Motorsport website for $3.7 million. That is of course including the price of the car and also all of the HSW upgrade conversion costs. Which is honestly not that high of a price considering this is the number 2 fastest car in the entire game when it comes to top speed, and also it's not that 4.7 million price tag on the number 9 spot that I had on this list. But yeah, that $3.7 million, if you were to purchase this car, I'd say is definitely worth it since it has amazing performance all around, except for one thing. That one thing is just the handling, because everything is really perfect with this car. Of course, it has that high top speed of 168.5 miles per hour, which is insanely fast, and it also has a really fast acceleration. The only downside is, of course, with that high top speed, the handling is not that great. So if you are going against a really tight turn, you definitely want to slow down, because even if you are going somewhat fast, you most likely will slip out. But honestly, it's definitely controllable for the most part, so it's an all-around perfect vehicle when it comes to doing the HSW time trials whenever you want to. But yeah, this was one of my favorite vehicles to use during the HSW time trials until another vehicle was born, which is going to be this next one right here. Which that car is the number 1 fastest car in the entire game of GTA 5 Online, which is called the Bravado Banshee GTS, and in real life this car is based off of the Dodge Viper SRT 5th generation. Which I know looks really sick in real life and also in GTA 5 Online, since they pretty much look identical. Anyway, to purchase this car for yourself on the Legendary Motorsport website and also throw on all of those HSW upgrades is going to cost you $3.8 million, which is a pretty high price tag, but it's definitely worth it. And in my opinion, I think whatever the price tag is for the number 1 fastest car in GTA 5 Online is definitely worth it, since you are pretty much going to be smoking every other car on the street of Los Santos. And that's basically guaranteed in this car, since it has amazing performance all around with its very fast acceleration, its amazing handling, and of course its very high top speed. Which, get this, being the number 1 fastest top speed vehicle in GTA 5 Online, the high top speed on the Bravado Banshee GTS is 172.5 miles per hour, which is absolutely insane. Like, this vehicle can literally dust most air vehicles on a runway, which is pretty insane to think about for a car. It's also my #1 choice when it comes to doing the HSW time trial, since you'll be able to beat them with no problems in this vehicle, since it is just so fast and also has a fast acceleration. Even if you crash multiple times, you'll still be able to beat it in this car. Anyway, that is now going to wrap things up for today's video. You officially know all of the top 10 fastest vehicles in GTA 5 Online as far as top speed is concerned. If you are wondering how much all of these vehicles will cost if you want to purchase them all for yourself, since of course I had to purchase them all myself to record this video, it is going to cost you a total of, get this, $29.8 million. Which is pretty insane, just under $30 million in total to purchase all 10 of the fastest cars in GTA 5 Online, which if you think about it is not that expensive. Like, I know $30 million is a lot, but you are getting 10 fully maxed out HSW upgraded cars, which are the fastest cars in GTA 5 Online as well. And as I said, for all of these, you will be able to use them during the HSW time trial. So even if you were to purchase just some of these, you'll eventually make the money back by doing those HSW time trials every single week. Anyway, as I said, that is now going to be the end of today's video. You officially know the top 10 fastest vehicles in GTA 5 Online as far as top speed is concerned in 2026. If you went on to enjoy my video, or if it helped you out in any way, please do me a favor in return by dropping a like on it before you click off. And of course, if you aren't, make sure you also hit that subscribe button. And with all that being said, until next time, I will see you all in my very next GTA 5 Online video. Peace.